Do you deserve a better life? Do you want to maybe quit your day job, start making more money in a month than you've ever had in a year? Maybe you just want to feel healthy. Do you want something better than what you have today? Look around you. I mean, seriously, what I want you to do is I want you to stop and take a look around you. Do you want something more? Because if you do, the question is, what's stopping you from having it? The answer really is you. You are the only thing keeping yourself from having what you want. If you ever think about your bank account growing, your social life growing, your health improving, well, it is time to stop thinking about those things, to stop dreaming about those things, and have them. You can have them right now, today. Right now, as you watch this video, you are going to learn how to be the creator of your own life. So, how do you design your destiny? Well, let's start with a simple circle. The circle is such an absolutely perfect shape. It's also a great metaphor. I want you to think about the circle as everything you come into contact with throughout your life on a daily basis, right? This is your comfort zone. The circle is you and everything around you, okay? Now, most people try to coast their way through life, staying within that circle, within their comfort zone, doing the least amount of work possible. But really, not a lot of happiness comes from leading an average life. So I ask you, when was the last time you wondered what was beyond that circle, or if it was even possible to get outside that circle, further than anything you've ever seen before? Do you even know what's outside the circle? Well, frankly, the only thing we know for sure that's outside the circle is possibility. Now, maybe you want to build a business empire like Facebook or Google, perhaps. Or maybe you want to draw massive wealth to yourself like Warren Buffett. That is what's waiting outside the circle. Frankly, you can't get outside that circle, though. And, you know, it's not even just because of your comfort level or your lack of knowledge. I mean, those things exist, right? But the problem with getting outside the circle is not that you don't know what's out there, like we just covered, but it's really the things that are out there that you don't even know that you don't know, right? Those are called completely unknown unknowns, right? Those are what we call blind spots. Think of it this way. It's like riding a bicycle, right? You've probably heard this, right? So you're trying to ride a bicycle, and there's so many things that you don't know with the pedals and the handlebars and the balance and everything. And it just seems impossible to you until one moment it isn't, and it clicks. And everything that you didn't know before now comes into view, and now you can ride, and now it's amazing. Well, that's just one of the things that we can do here for you at Wisdom Times. We really help you see those blind spots. We help you overcome those things. Because if you can't do that, you're not going to be able to gain the knowledge to act on that desire that you have. You're not going to be able to succeed because you have to do something different today than you did yesterday. And if you don't, then you're going to stay stuck right there inside that circle. So today I'm going to show you how you can do that. I want you to expand your circle of wealth, of knowledge, of friends. And so what I want to do at this point is I want to share with you 3 stories of people in my own life who have used this same system to succeed in a very big way. None of them had money when they started. They didn't have a great idea. They didn't have first mover advantage. They weren't famous or successful or anything. Well, okay, they were all happy. Maybe that's their connection, right? But it's the same circle, the same systems that got them where they are today. So for the first person story, I want you to imagine, for example, tomorrow, opening up a business and something you've never done before. You open up a brand new business, and for a lot of people, that is a terrifying concept, right? It is a source of real fear. It's a blind spot. They've never done it before. They don't know what's going to happen. But this story is actually about one of my daughters. She decided to start a business. She had no experience at it. She had no idea. But today, less than 1 year later, her clients include Ferrari, Heineken, Billboard, Jimmy Kimmel. This is less than a year later, Hennessy. The list goes on. She self-funded. She didn't have any investors. She bootstrapped herself completely. She did this on her own. I didn't even help. And simply by following the system of taking this knowledge and acting on it and gaining the skill, she was able to become a master in her own sphere, in her own space. And had she not acted on it, she would not have had the success that she's had today, less than a year later. A second story, my wife actually, I think is an even better story. She came to America, no money, hardly speaking English, right? All she knew is she wanted to work with animals. Well, her first job was working at the LA Zoo, the Los Angeles Zoo, which is amazing because there were no other jobs before that. She had a job, she had a dream, and she went and got the job, and she did it. She also worked at an aquarium, and also working with animals, and very happy, very successful. Now, her most success actually happened dog training, a third business, also with animals. Her clients ended up including, for most people, dog training not glamorous, Janet Jackson, Britney Spears, Oscar de la Hoya, Steve Wynn. People traveled thousands of miles just to have her work with their dogs. They would fly their dogs on private jets. That's not an exaggeration. She came here not even speaking English, but in less than a year, she's holding classes at the LA Zoo in English, a language she previously didn't speak. And though she came here with no money, her ability, her skills allowed her to charge her clients tens of thousands of dollars per client. It's for what was a bottom of the barrel category, she really took it to the top. The last example I want to give you, the founder of WisdomTimes, the reason I'm even here today, is another story where a person came to America, no idea, a few $100s in their pocket, and all he had was a desire to enrich people's lives the way his life was enriched as well. There was fear, of course, but he came here and he kept going and he made it happen. This is a person who had no reach, no global reach in the world, and now today he has helped millions of people. His reach is incalculable. And not just through our courses, which themselves are great, but literally through the money that he sends to people directly, to people, the poor people that need it, the entrepreneurs that need it, right out of his own pocket and change their lives. Now, each of these people overcame their fear. Two of them traveled thousands of miles to a new country they'd never been before, not even English speaking, and one of them was still just a teenager. There really are no barriers holding you back. Each of these people overcame all of the barriers we associate. There's no time, there's no money, it's a different language, it's a different country, and all of these people made it. And you can make it too, and these people are helping you achieve those things. Now, if you look at these three stories, they all three had a desire, but the one thing they did differently is they took that further, right? They gained the knowledge. They turned that into the skills. They gained mastery from that. A lot of people never do that. That's a very important step. Take, for example, you want to start a business. Let me use a good example for that, right? Maybe you want to become an entrepreneur. This is your idea. You've got this desire. You want to live that freedom lifestyle, right? You want to fire your boss, as they say, right? Having that desire is a first step, and it's fantastic because it's greater than most people do, because a lot of people don't even have that dream. But that dream won't go anywhere until you act on it. And so if you want to win, you have to act on that. You have to take that next step, and that is gaining knowledge. And so the way you do that, hopefully you're seeking knowledge from the right sources, right? Because everybody tells you they know, and it turns out they don't know. And that's why places like WisdomTimes even exists, because we've been proven. Right? So you start looking around and you get your mindset strategies and you know what things you have to do, and you're reading the books and you're taking the courses and you're learning everything. At this point, congratulations actually, because you are halfway there. Out of a 4-step plan, you've got 2 of them. That you had the desire, now you've got the knowledge. But the next thing you need to do, most people don't do, is you need to gain the skill now. You take that knowledge and now you actually create your business plan. You actually fund your business. You actually build your team. You actually create your offerings and your team. Now, at this point, you're putting it into play. You're further than most of the world, really, because they don't even act on their dreams. But you had the dream, you got the knowledge. Now you've got the skill, and you've got a business, and it's a viable business. And I don't mean it's maybe a viable business. I mean it's definitely a viable business, because let's face it, if you've even sold one product one time, under the right hands, under the right tutelage and guidance, that business is going to succeed. Mark Cuban, Ambani, they could make that business succeed. Now, maybe you can or can't right now, I don't know. But that's when you take that level from just having skills, and now you take it to mastery. Because once you have that level of mastery, Now you can be a successful business owner because you've gone through those things, and it's your dream that's been built this whole time. It's not our dream or somebody else's dream. It's yours, and you've taken it through. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but success shows up suddenly after all of these years of work that you're putting in and the effort that you're putting in. And most people give up before that success gets there. You've still got to have your desire in place and your skills and your knowledge, but sadly, or maybe fortunately for us in the know, that isn't enough. It isn't until you achieve mastery that then you can start teaching other people, because that's what the master does. Tony Robbins says that business is a spiritual pursuit, and business won't grow unless you grow as a person, right? And if you want to lead others, you have to really lead yourself first, because truthfully, the biggest chokehold of any business is the psychology and the skill set of the owner. So let me ask you, in your own business or your life, are you the master or are you the chokehold? Do you even know the difference? Because if you don't know the difference between the two, that might be one of your blind spots. It's, one of the things we can help you with. But the most important thing I can tell you is, if you don't have your gift, we can help you. And if you do have your gift, we can help you grow that to the next level. We can take you on that course through to mastery. From wherever you're at on that spectrum, we can help you get there. The question is, if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? When is the time? If not now, then when? Because frankly, it's really hard to do it on your own. It is a long, hard road on your own. Sometimes we need the guidance of others to get us there. Sometimes we just don't take that next step. Now, frankly, if you are listening to this, if you're watching this video, you probably do have some skill. You may not be the master, but you're probably skilled at some level in your life. And congratulations, because that's a huge step already. But you may not be the master yet. So let's help you get there. Let me spend a little bit of time talking about mastery, because I'm going to assume you've already got the first levels out of the way and you're ready now, and you want to move towards mastery, right? Maybe you've got some skills and you want to be the best, the amazing. Well, we can help you develop those skills to bring you to mastery. And what's really cool is we've got courses and classes and mastermind groups at all of the different levels. Whether you are just at desire or just at knowledge or just at skills, just at mastery, we've got elements for each of those. Once you make it through all of them in whatever skill and you hit mastery level, then you start again as a beginner in a new skill, in a new thing, so that we can then take you on an even higher journey. A good example is cycles, right? A cycle is something that repeats again and again. Think of this like an upward spiral, that you're getting higher and better as you go through it. That's the way I want you to look at it. Maybe you don't even have your purpose in life. You don't know your purpose on the planet. Now, thankfully, I know mine. It's changed my entire life, and I'm glad I know it. But maybe you don't know yours. We can help you find that. Maybe you have it or you think you have it, but right now you're living in fear. You're not living in faith. This is something we can help you with. Why can we help you with this? Well, because we've been there. The founder has been there. I've been there. We've all been in that spot. And our top gurus of business and finance and relationship and life coaching, they've all gone from their own personal zero to their own personal hero. And they've done that by these same steps. Now, I tell you that because that means they can help you get there as well, because they've done it. They can help you build an abundance mindset so you can attract things to your life. Honestly, it doesn't even matter where you're at in life, because these inner engineering techniques work. These things change lives. They have made millions of dollars, and they can help you do the same thing. If you want to be a best-selling author, an entrepreneur, a manager, a better parent, a loving spouse, thankfully, we have taken the time, we've hired the experts and the people talking to you just like me in front of a camera, and we can help you get to the level you want to be. This isn't something we just made up. Let me give you a quick testimonial. One person said, "The WisdomTimes courses are valuable because I can search through many categories as I need them, whether it's business, lifestyle, growth, and I like being able to choose what level I want for each of those things." And that's what I'm trying to point out to you. It doesn't matter what you're looking for. We've got this graded scale that allows you to move through it. Here's another one, another testimonial that I like in particular. Wisdom Times courses are less like a professor talking to you from behind a podium and more like a friend giving you great advice at a dinner table. You come away with usable information and not philosophical jargon. And I like that because we really tried being real people. We really tried just talking to you and telling you what we know and getting you to those places. Now, who can use Wisdom Times? Well, so far it has worked for entrepreneurs, it has worked for working professionals trying to change their career, it has worked for individuals. The only thing you really need to do to make it work for you as well is to basically subscribe and then commit to spending 15 minutes each day of your life on Wisdom Times, committing to your own success. That's really it. 15 minutes a day on Wisdom Times, subscribe to the courses, and commit to taking your life to the highest level. We have gone through years and years of getting ready for this one moment. And now we invite you to join us.